Summer is quickly approaching. Today I'm joined by J.D. McDonald, who's planning to spend his summer in Guatemala. So tell us a little bit about the ministry you're going to in Guatemala.
Sure. So I'll be working this summer with a ministry called Clubhouse Ministries, which is founded by Mike Parker out of Knoxville.
Cool. How did you first get involved with Clubhouse?
I first went my sophomore year of college. I went with my church, or just kidding, sophomore year of high school with my church. And they just kind of asked me to tag along, and I signed up and went along with them.
Okay. So what does Clubhouse do in Guatemala? What's their purpose?
Sure. Well, the purpose of Clubhouse is to share the good news of Jesus Christ with the people of Guatemala. And the way that we do that is through primarily child development centers, which focus on giving parents resources that they need to be able to raise and take care of their children. Because a major problem in Guatemala is families will be too impoverished to raise their kids, and their kids will have to go to a children's home. And so what we're doing is we're coming alongside parents, empowering them, and helping them to be able to meet the needs of their children, and by that, keep them in the home with their family.
That's awesome. How did Clubhouse get started?
It started back in 2003, 2004, something like that, when the founder, Mike, and his wife, Carla, went and were adopting their two sons from Guatemala. And at the children's home there, they realized the need, they saw God at work, and it's just took off from there.
So what keeps you coming back again and again?
I've felt prompted to go back every time that I've gone back. This will be my 8th trip this coming up summer. And I think one of the things about it that is so special to me is I believe that I'm a vessel for God's work and God's kingdom to come on earth. But at the same time, the people that I work with, the people I've been able to see grow and change, that have taught me so much, are really a special manifestation of that same kingdom for me in my life. And I see the blessing that they have, and I've learned from them and grown from them too. So it's almost like I feel like they're family. They are my family in a very real way. And so that's why I keep going back.
Wow. And so when you go down, what's your main role?
Well, typically I've just gone as a regular team member. This past summer I was an intern. This summer I'm the camp director in Pacaya, which basically just means I'll be helping to lead our American teams in their ministry and helping to work with child development centers that we have around Pacaya and with some of the local schools and things. So just helping to kind of play whatever role I need to, pretty much, because that's ministry in country. That's what it'll be.
For sure. So what's one of the biggest takeaways that you've got from this experience?
I think the grace of God truly being transcendent. Because most of the time when I have a powerful experience or epiphany, or when people around me do, whether they're Americans or Guatemalans, circumstances don't have to change for Him to make Himself known. And while we're trying to change things, the truth of the matter is that God's glory and God's grace goes beyond anything that we do anyways. And so I think I'm starting to get a better picture of how big He is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what would you say to someone at home who wants to be involved in missions, maybe even specifically in Guatemala, but they don't really know what the next step is? What would you suggest to them?
There are absolutely opportunities. And the mission sending agency I did my internship through last year is called Servant Life, and they help partner with students to help them find mission opportunities and connect. But there's others like CMF, and I could go on listing agencies that help students find opportunities to explore what their gifts are, and for one thing, to obey the Great Commission, to go to the ends of the earth. And so there's a lot of agencies out there that help students. If you want, it just takes a quick Google search to start finding stuff.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for your time today. It's been a pleasure having you here.